time and time again. Countless times we went through the same circle, right? Like I said, though it hurts to say, what is going on in the world today? Because it does hurt to say, but what is going on in this world we living in today? What's good? Y'all just don't know how bad it really is out here. Everybody believes everybody's doing so well, and it is so messed up all over. You see, the problem is, since inflation is up and nobody really understand or pay attention to inflation, y'all really just don't know how bad it is out here. It's messed everything up because fuel cost is up, energy goes up, it's getting burnt up. You still got to get milk, eggs. If you got kids, you still got milk, eggs, sugar, flour, all these things. The prices are up because of gas. The transportation is king. That stuff has to get transported. That's going to take fuel. So the cost of the fuel is up. They got to raise the price of the actual product. You taste eggs, they don't taste the same anymore. Like when I was growing up, eggs don't taste the way they used to taste anymore. Milk don't taste the same way it used to taste anymore. Hell, the orange juice don't even taste the same. It's like, what's going on? Do you remember eating chicken back in the 80s? And eating chicken to now, even the one you prepare from the store and you cook, it don't taste the same. You know what a drumstick used to look like? When somebody was preparing and cooking chicken? What a drumstick used to be thick. Used to look like that. Be real thick. Now it looks so bland and plain. You're just like, well, what the hell is this? What am I eating now? If that was that, what am I eating? That's because the pear you had probably was sprayed with that's why I don't like to buy pears out of like stores like Walmart or anything like that. No, strawberries, no way. Gotta go to a farmer's market. See, if you go to a store like that, they don't want any bugs around the fruit. If there's no bugs around the fruit, they have sprayed that fruit with something. Bugs hang around fruit. They smell it, so they love to fly around it. So if they're not flying around it, there's something on it to keep you from eating it, and water's not going to get that off. It's a coating on there. So unless you peel the pear, that's the best thing for you. I had no respect for the people that was supposedly in charge of, in other words, making sure they were taking care of everything that was going on when it came to actual goods and services. People are ordering food to come to their house now. You're getting HelloFresh. You're getting fresh organic food. You got to get grass-fed cows. And y'all think this stuff don't matter, but it tastes different when your cow is eating nothing but grass or eating some things that's healthy for it. You see, all of these things matter. Like they say, you are what you eat. The grain, all the stuff that they're using, People are taking shortcuts with food because they want to cut down on costs. Well, if you know that they want to cut down on costs and you don't do the things properly to make sure that is accomplished, then you're shorting yourself.
What reason, Mandela? I know if you make fresh today.
Yes, I would like a 2-piece codfish dinner.
The 2 or the 3 piece you said?
2-piece codfish dinner.
2-piece cod dinner, okay?
Yes. And I will take a soup instead of the fries.
Okay. Did you want broccoli cheese or chicken noodle?
Chicken noodle.
Okay.
And I will take mashed potatoes instead of coleslaw.
Okay. Will that be all for you?
I want a chocolate shake, a large one, and that should be it.
All right, that's going to be $21.15 at the window.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Now, why did I order codfish? Because codfish is different. When you have codfish, you have to prepare that a certain way, or it's not going to be beneficial to you whatsoever. No, they have to cook and prepare this stuff. See, the codfish has to cook. You see, the codfish has nutritions that's good for your appendix. Your appendix break down fish. I got chicken noodle soup because that's cooked. That's good with the chicken and the noodles in there. The chicken broth is good for your digestive system. So the chocolate shake is my reward. All right. Okay. So potatoes is for starch. You can get your energy and your starch without eating meat. Potatoes has a lot of starch in it, so you don't need to eat heavy. Like if you eat steak and potatoes, that's like a big overload of starch. Starch gives you your power. So it's really bad out here. And the next 5 years, this world is going to be an entirely different space. Everyone's going to be basically trying to work from home. So what are the physical jobs? You don't know how bad it's so many abandoned buildings. I'm serious. They have gigantic buildings and they only have 4 employees, 3 employees working in them. It's bad out here. Now let's take Hollywood. Movies aren't selling. Music industry is dead when it pertains to what? Hip hop? No, it's all over. Look, just 10 years ago, the highest selling album only sold like 3 million records. That was 10 years ago. 10 million records. That's it. I mean, 3 million records. That's it. Tops. In the United States of America, 3 million records. 10 years ago. That was like the top selling album was like 3 million sold. I'm like, 3 million records? Triple platinum, that's it? Why? Why you won't have artists going diamond anymore? Selling 10 million records. Why is that not happening anymore? Because they have rigged the game to that's not going to happen, because that's going to put you in a very good bargaining position. You selling 10 million records. Going diamond. MC Hammer sold over 10 million records. Vanilla Ice sold over 10 million records. What did that do for them? Nothing. It marred the rest of their lives. Now, once again, when we went down this road to breaking down this whole thing about record sales and how bad the record industry really is, there's no artist development money anymore. They used to have money to throw around and piss away. They don't have that anymore. You see, didn't I tell you they gotta cook my food? So you gotta order stuff that they gotta cook. So you gotta cook that codfish. You just can't order no burger. If I'd have been ordered that, I've been in and out already. All right. Make sure they got everything right in here. I'm gonna need an extra tartar. Excuse me. Can I have an extra tartar sauce? Oh, I know I gotta check. But I'm here with a good shift. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm here with a good shift now, so. Now, you start looking at the bigger picture, right? It's all gone to shit. In the next 5 years, all this Hollywood, all that's done. Everything with streaming is done to where the record company gets the money. You don't. You could have 1 billion streams and you'd be like, okay, well, where's the money? They don't even know how to get to the money. Snoop is like, I'm confused. I got 1 billion streams. I ain't got $1 million. How does this work? How do you get paid off this? Can anybody explain this to me? So Snoop is confused. And so is all the other artists. But you know who ain't confused? The record company. The people that own the music, that license it. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. Now, Steve Harvey, another person in Hollywood, just like the others. None of these guys are making movies or having jobs that are selling. Steve Harvey wanted to go to Hollywood and make movies. Steve Harvey got all this access to money, right? Why isn't he in movies? Why isn't Steve Harvey doing anything? They turned his book into a movie. But where's Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey got the Family Feud show, and he had his own talk show. He had Little Big Shots. All these shows that Steve had to do himself. Why? Steve should tell you why. Because it was quite endearing and quite clear. Most of these people who feel this way or have this observation about people doing something for them or against them, these are the reasons why. These are the reasons why. Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie, you haven't seen them together at all. When this big boom stuff hit, when have you seen them out and about? Hugged up, wifed up, booed up, any of it? You haven't seen Marjorie. You ain't seen Steve. If he ain't working, you ain't seen him. But yet, everybody was going after them, right? No, Steve, no, the money ain't right. When the money ain't right, that's when people start fighting. They start breaking up. I remember Chris Tucker. Same thing with old Tuck. He was pretending like he had it, like he still had it, like he had it. And it was getting hoes based off that. And then when the chicks realized, damn, ain't no money here. This dude told me to make sure I cut all the lights off. Hey, cut them lights off. Light bills a mother. Right, and you see these artists out here broke as hell, like Tank. And you're like, man, damn, dude, how you broke? How these dudes broke? They broke. Yeah, Tank broke, Tyrese broke, all these dudes are broke. And I don't mean broke like us. They ain't broke like us. They broke by Hollywood standards. The standards that they live in, they're not going to be able to continue that lifestyle of living. No one is checking for Tyrese in the music business or in the acting business. The only thing kept him afloat was Vin Diesel. Is his friend. Vin is his buddy. So because Vin is his friend, everybody else was in. That was his friend. So he kept him around. He had that movie, and then once the movie started to blow up, because he really was friends with Paul Walker, and then he got tight with Vin. And that's why when he went up against The Rock, sticking up for The Rock and going back and forth with The Rock, and Vin could just sit back and let Tyrese do that, they were able to work past the indifference. Any problem the two of them had, it could come to an end or a halt because of that situation altogether. Now, everyone else can, feel the way they want to feel about it, but truth remains, it's worse than what you thought. The entertainment industry is horrified at the fact that everything is going to be coming now instead of movie theaters to go out to a date. It's going to be less and less. The movie theaters cost too much to operate. That's why the movie theaters now, they're going to be having less and less showings. Remember how the movie theaters used to open up in the morning? Oh no, they're going to have those for the older people that go out to the movies. Older couples like to go to the movies more than the young folks. So only on the weekends will the movie theaters be open up late in the summertime. Other than that, they're going to keep them closed because they got to pay these people to come in there and operate the place. They got to pay them to come in and run the theater the way everybody know and turn on all the lights. And they have to run those movies. Before, the movie theaters got in trouble because they said, well, we ain't have anyone buy any tickets to the movie. They was like, we don't care, you got to run the movie. That movie has to run at that same time. So now they just said, well, forget that. We stopped doing those runs. We're just going to cancel and close the theater. So some nights, the theater is closed at like 9 o'clock at night on weekdays. Because no one's going to the movies. They want to just stream. And if the movie come out, they'll look at the trailer and be like, well, I'll wait for it to come to streaming. I'm like, wow. No excitement to run and go see a movie anymore. Everybody's gotten comfortable with being lazy. Yeah, see, everybody's going to streaming networks like Tubi. Tubi, you can create your own movies. I can make a movie and put it on Tubi. Why? Because you get paid. You can get paid through streaming services. That's where it is. It's not on the big screen anymore. If these guys were smart, they'll start doing that. Hollywood is not looking for new actors. You think they are, but they're really not. They're going to milk the ones that they have that's bankable and stick with them. Told you, the next 5 years is going to be crazy. If you look at the revenue that was earned in movies this year, it is so low, it would shock you. Early on, all the movies was coming out, making money. Then towards the end of the year, crickets. Nothing. The only thing that's been coming out to the movie theaters are horror films. Because horror films bring couples out. Girls like to be scared and cuddle up with their guy. So they love that. But it's worse than you think. It's worse than you think. The job market. I sit here and help people try to get jobs every day. Somebody's trying to get a job in the area. I was like, okay, well, let me see what trade you're in. So now we're going to do that again on the Patreon. We're trying to find out and discover for these people, what in the world, how can we help you get a job? We need you to work. In the next 5 years, they say the average American will have at least 2 to 3 jobs. There'll be no more one job and you can pay for your apartment or anything. A person with one job, that's going to be very rare. A person like myself who can afford this all by himself, that's going to be null and gone. Matter of fact, I'm probably the only person in this entire area that can afford to have the place by himself with no help from a spouse. Maybe my neighbor next door too. But other than that, I'm probably one of the other few. There's a lot of people over here that they could pull it off, but yeah, why? When you got a wife that you can help out with the bills. So, what the average American makes is probably $100 a day or a little bit more than that. And they have 2 days off of a week. So the average American, they makes about $500 a week or a little bit more than that. So when the check comes out, they have like maybe $1,000 every 2 weeks on a check. You know, it is what it is, you know. So people have to find their survival rate based on the revenue that they have. And if they want to do something extra, they take on a side job. They start doing Uber. They start doing Lyft. They go grocery shopping for you. These are considered jobs. So that person now has 2 jobs. So now he does DoorDash, Lyft, Uber Eats. That one person now has 4 jobs. You get a W-2 for each. That's considered a job. The world is changing, and it's not changing for the better. It's changing for the absolute worst. That lets you know how bad things have become from the decisions that's been made by government and the people in control. Absolutely. Now I gotta eat my codfish that they took their time to cook because they had to cook it. See, don't nobody really go in there and order the codfish. Just people who know better. So let me go ahead and enjoy my meal. I'll talk to you guys later. But just remember, like I told you, it's worse than you think. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDTV. Don't forget to subscribe to this page. Go to the Carcino for Life Patreon. We'll talk about it and elaborate more. And we're going to go and help people get some jobs. I'm out.